Good evening, you lovely, lovely people. Welcome back to Contest of Speed. We're back! After however many weeks away. Tonight is, of course, EU4's pre-season. Season proper will begin next week with the Bahrain Grand Prix. But tonight, we've got something a little out of the ordinary planned. We're going to go through, do a couple of 25% races. You're all going to get to laugh at me in a one-shot qualifying, as commentary goes from manic to the ridiculous, and we can introduce all the teams that are supposed to be this season. We've got a couple of guys missing, a couple of reserves in just to bulk up the numbers a little bit, but we'll run you through all of those as and when we get going. So the first track up is China, which I know is not popular by most standards, but we are using tracks that are not on this season's calendar. And for any of you who do not know what the calendar is, you can either have a look at our Instagram or Twitter pages. It will be there somewhere. If you're in the Discord, it will be there as well. If it isn't right now, it will be after this stream, because I shall do it myself. You can also work it out if you're that kind of person, because all the tracks that are being used this week in pre-season, with the exception, I think, of Bahrain for some of the AM guys, are not on the calendar.
Wow, how exciting! I know.
Yes.
Hi, so
Oh,
I was just listening to you.
Listening to me rabbit on, were you?
Well, yeah, I was waiting for a gap, if I'm being honest.
Oh! Sorry, no, it's alright. I'm trying to get myself psyched up, ready for this.
So yes, you have us two back for EU4 again.
Yeah, lucky
I'm in charge
people.
of these. I'm in charge of this these miscreants as well, aren't I? And
Yes.
EU3.
Oh, you're doing E3 as well?
Yep.
Excellent.
That's what it says on the thing, on the spreadsheet. So I'm not going to diss the spreadsheet. We should say that on the spreadsheet.
Yes. Well.
Oh no, it's Thomas.
Oh. Shiny,
I've got
Thomas.
away with it. I'm only doing one class.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of this lot. Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't selected. I'm driving. I haven't even selected spectating. My excitement.
Oh. It's fine. You can do one-shot qualifying.
Without a setup, that's going to be interesting.
Fun times, yeah. Right, here we go, people. One-shot qualifying around the Shanghai International Circuit. Down towards turn 1 then. 17 drivers. Through we go. Sneaky Tom leading the way at the moment in the Ferrari. Smithy, though, taking that back as we head through into turn 2. We're riding on board with David Klassen. We're going to stick with him all the way through, because swapping between them would give you all some horrendous brain injury. Sneaky Tom then leading the way. Matt in second, although don't count him all the way through. He will be dropping out, I'd imagine. Cornish Mantis there in 4th place. Phantom takes 2nd place. Sneaky Tom still leading the way, though. Seems to be settling out quite nicely. We've not got a lot of movement as we head now towards the middle of the lap into Sector 2. Klassen then in the Haas through the double left-hander. It's a little bit wide on the exit there. Raceway JJ down at the back at the moment. Trebler making a great move there as we head into the Snail. Must be doing something right on the brakes. Sneaky Tom still leading the way out front. Cornish Mantis in 2nd place. Not Rapids made his way up to 3rd. Well, 4th, but we're not counting Matt.
So I'm going to retire in a second.
Yeah. Klassen coming into the hairpin. Powers down towards the final corner. This 90 left-hander. And this is where we see how many people ran wide somewhere. Cornish Mantis takes it on the line from Sneaky Tom. We've got 3 disqualifications, which is Raceway JJ, Slaughter and David Klassen. Then we've got Smithy, who is still on his way around.
Oh, I hope not. I proper slowed down and everything.
Yep, and there he goes, finishing. Must have made a mistake somewhere, but his time was valid. not as much movement as normal in a one-shot qualifying. Cornish Mantis then takes it in that final sector. Sneaky Tom must have made a mistake out of the last corner to lose it. He was leading the whole way. Maker TNG in the Red Bull, making great movements there as he makes his way forward in the Red Bull. He's one of the reserves for tonight. Phantom in 4th, Rapid in 5th. Treblet made a great move through the snail. Must have done something very, very good on the brakes there. Vada in P7. Watch out for him when the race starts proper. So we'll get the first lap or so out of the way, and then we'll introduce the teams. And as if tradition wasn't enough, Matt, we're going to be doing live score update as well.
Yeah, there is football on tonight.
There is. It's currently 0-0. If anything happens, we'll let you know.
I'm going to go for one stop and stop in the pits and retire.
Yeah, ignore the McLaren towards the back, everybody. That's he's not supposed to be there.
Camping Ducks is confused why he's not in the Red Bull. It's because you declined your attendance and now you're here, so it's a little bit confusing.
Very much so. But we move. That's why we do it in pre-season.
Oh, it's a formation lap, lovely.
Yes. Right then. So we can do our usual thing. Let's have a look at the tyre choices of everybody. So then, top 10 of course have to start on the tyres they're qualified on. If anybody had done that on mediums, they're mental. But I mean, fair play. So that's Cornish Mantis, Sneaky Tom, Mika, Phantom, Rapid, Trebler, Vada, Reflux, Slaves, and Dan Hilton in 10th.
You love to see
on
it,
the
don't you?
soft tyres. You do. Outside the top 10.
I can tell you. Camping Ducks and Red Masker on the medium, so is Smithy. Some McLarens in 13ths on the soft, David Clarson's on the softs, and Slaughter and Raceway JJ are on the mediums.
They are
I can see these people.
Yes. Bird's eye view from me, and then a cockpit view from you.
Oh, Spud subscribe with the Prime. 5 months,
Oh,
Spud.
yes. Go
Well
on,
done.
Spud. Spud back at it with the subscription. That's what we like to see.
You'll see him tomorrow night. In
You
action.
will. Yes, with me. I'm back as
Spoiler
well.
alert. Spoiler alert. Many spoilers there.
Yeah.
One sentence.
It's going to be interesting, I think, to see which teams sort of stamp authority. There's going to be a couple, I think, that we know.
There's a lot of new, well, I say new, there's a lot of new Drivers Plus partnerships, so for us it's going to be very difficult to establish who's going to be at the front. You're expecting the likes of Sneaky Tom and Raceway JJ to be there, because that's where they were towards the end of last season. Reflux pulled a few good results out as well. And then you got a couple of guys that stepped in and did a couple of races, so Clash, Mika, and I'm trying to drive and also see who else was there at the same time.
Red Mask is now in on a
Red
permanent
Mask as
seat.
well. Yeah, so
David Clarkson, we've got on a permanent. And then there's a couple of other guys as well who aren't here tonight that we will keep you up to date with. But let's get ready to go racing then. It's good to be back, isn't it? It's good to be back. Final car is Raceway JJ. We'll wait for him to mosey onto his grid slot.
I'm going to move to the back of the grid and see the carnage for the first lap. It's going to be fantastic.
Right, here we go then. Final drivers are ready to go. 5 lights then. Oh, got a jump start from Clarkson, but it looks like a good start for Sneaky Tom, who's going to be alongside the Mantis, but it's trapped Mika in there. Sneaky Tom up the inside. Mantis going to hold it round the outside, though, to hold that Ferrari behind in second place.
Half
Phantom's
spins.
made a...
Whoa, there's a few cars off the grid.
Phantom's made a great move there up to third place ahead of Mika. Got sort of boxed in there with the battle for the lead. But it's As You Were out front. Cornish Mantis from Sneaky Tom. Then it's Phantom Maker. Not Rapid holds on to 5th. Raceway JJ up 9 places into 8th.
Camping Ducks bogged down massively at the start, lost so many positions as they're all batting away through left and right hander. We have a spinner out to the left.
Looks like a Sleeves.
It is.
And we've got a Raceway JJ's.
JJ. Traction issues by the looks of things.
Yeah, he got caught on the inside. I'm not really sure what happened there.
Inside curve.
Maybe. Treblers round there on the inside of the snail. Got caught with Smithy. And then we've got...
Oh, Slaughter's
out. Yeah. Oh, there's a Red Bull that's gone in there as well. That's Sleeves.
To join him out of sympathy. Oh, I didn't realise we have...
I should have turned these off. I didn't think about that.
Yep.
That's my bad. Although it's only a VSC, so I think we should be okay. As long as we don't get a full one. A lot of guys diving into the pit lane.
That was thoroughly entertaining. And I now shall retire and box.
So, leaders then. They could have come in if they'd wanted to. But they have chosen to keep on going. Cornish Mantis then in the lead.
VAC is ending. Oh, Dan Hilton.
That's worse than anything you could have got.
Someone's just punted the breakboard marker by the looks of things.
So, no task tonight, so I don't know if anybody's got damage or if there's any interesting fuel strategies going on. So, now we've got that first lap drama out of the way, we'll stick with this this leading battle. And let's go through the teams.
Yeah, a show.
So,
let's do it.
Mercedes then up first. So we've got Steve returning after his work and travel hiatus. He's not here tonight, but he tells me he will more than likely be back next week. And Varda. Now,
that's an underrated pairing.
Very much so. They're my choice actually for Constructors Champions.
Oh, really? Okay. Interesting.
And Varda's one of those drivers. He often has poor starts, doesn't he? But he's one of them that could claw things back.
He's a point scorer. He's very good at that.
Yes. Very good point scorer. But yeah, Mercedes I think are going to be the dark horses. If Steve has the schedule to be able to attend races regularly and make between 10 and 12 of this season's races, I think they're going to do really, really well.
I wouldn't put it past them.
No, Sneaky Tom has taken the lead from Cornish Mantis. We saw that on stream.
Shall we move over to Sneaky Tom?
Yes, let's. Second team, Ferrari. Both their drivers in tonight.
They're my favourites for the Constructors Championship.
I should support them, really, shouldn't I? But I don't want to be biased.
You've sort of gone against, you've gone for the enemy rather than the...
Oh, no, the enemy's your team. Mercedes are just pretenders to the Tifosi. McLaren are the real public enemy number one. But yeah, so it's Sneaky Tom and Raceway JJ. Raceway JJ, of course, Constructors Champion last season with Luke in the Ferrari, deciding to stay put. And Sneaky Tom moving on in to join him.
And the way Sneaky Tom was finishing off his season last season, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm going to make a bold call and no pressure on the lad, but I wouldn't be surprised if he takes the driver's title.
Ooh, you're putting the money down early.
I am. I'm not scared.
See, I like to think he's going to be one that could challenge for it. Certainly so. I am.
Try and get the results up from last season just to. But it was the second half, really.
Yeah, the second half of the season.
A bit more consistent.
Yeah, he really kicked on, didn't he?
Yeah, in 9 races, he had 2 DNFs, but then he had 7 points finishes, with 6th being the lowest, and he had 4 podiums, including a win. So
we've got a Varda off the circuit. He's lost it. Coming through what I think is turn 8. Turn 7 or turn 8. Yeah, he's lost it through. Back on his way though.
Red Bull, Camping Ducks and Sleeves.
Yes.
2 returning. So far, it has been returning drivers.
Yes. All returning drivers. And
Camping Ducks.
All good teams. You've got to say.
Camping Ducks probably unlucky. Probably one of the most unlucky people I've known so far.
Yes, season 8 was not his season.
No.
Manchester City have just hit the post again, if anybody's interested.
The beans on toast. Safety car is out.
Safety car is out, and that's going to put the mockers on Reflux's strategy. His teammate came in last time around. He's been left out there, although all the others were further back, so he might get away with this. In fact, he will get away with this. He's got 23 seconds.
He will do.
He's going to get a free stop. So he will jump Sneaky Tom.
Chances for Red Bull, what are we thinking?
If Camping Ducks is not as unlucky this time, and Sleeves can get his consistency up a little bit, they've got an outside chance. I think
Sleeves did finish with 4 in the 5 races. The last 5 races he raced in, he did finish in the points 4 times.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's one of those underrated point scorers, isn't he? I think it depends if they're both point scorers, not race winners, then they're not going to challenge for either title. But they could. I think top 5 constructors is.
I was going to say mid-table. I'm thinking mid-table for those 2.
Yeah. Of course, this is where everybody goes and proves us completely wrong.
No, that's why we do this, though. That's why we do it.
Yeah, so we can either sound prophetic or moronic when we look back at it at the end of the season. So if someone's watching the stream, by the way, and they want to make a note of what we're saying and send it to us, then by all means do so. Next team up then. Alpine. Yes, so that's going to be Thibaut and Smithy. Thibaut's a returning driver of sorts. Smithy definitely returning, just changed teams, moved from the Williams to the Alpine.
Smithy managed to get, with his 5th place in Abu Dhabi, managed to get past 50 points last season.
Yeah, and you'd imagine with some of the quicker guys that have left the tier, that's going to promote him a little bit. I think Alpine are going to be on a similar footing to Red Bull. I think if they can...
I think they'll just about edge them out, simply because of Thibaut scored 50 points in 9 races last season.
Yeah.
So, and will be probably on the cusp of the podium several times, I think.
I would say so. But we'll see what happens. I think Red Bull might just edge that battle.
I'm going to go the other way then. I'm going to go Alpine.
But I think that could be quite a nice fight. Next up then, it's going to be Aston Martin, and it's going to be the dream team.
Where do we start with this team?
Oh, Dan Hilton, as you can see, is in the car. He is one of their drivers. So he's already the people's
The man
champion.
doesn't need any introduction, really.
No, he doesn't. His teammate, and if I'm honest, I think if his teammate, obviously he can't race tonight, which is unfortunate, but if he turns up his teammate, honestly, I wouldn't put them out of contention for something. You know, it's
We
possible.
saw in a couple of races towards the end of last season when Blaze actually sort of drives. He's not a slouch.
No.
But you can't keep the thing on the track, which is a bit of a problem.
Yeah. It is a problem. Let's hope that he finds some consistency and some motivation to get the practice in that he says he needs to really take himself to the next level. But then Blades could be a race winner this season. And
he has. I think the race winners are going to be hard to. I think everyone on their day has a chance in this year.
I mean, I'm looking through the team list now. I'm not going to point out which ones I think this is.
No.
But I can only see maybe 2 teams, 3 at a push, that don't have a potential race winner in them. At least in my mind.
Yeah. I think that. Yeah.
You know, and it's. I mean, we try, don't we, to put fields together that are closely matched. Ultimately, it's up to the drivers who they end up with as teammates, but I think this season is one of the closest we've had in terms of overall field spread.
It will do, but I think it's going to be difficult, in my opinion. It's going to be difficult to stop Ferrari, simply because of the form those 2 guys were in towards the end of last season. It's going to be very difficult for them to stop.
I have no idea how much I love hearing you say that.
Yeah, well, I hate it really. Sorry, Sneaky Tom and Raceway JJ. I'm not going to call it Ferrari. I'm going to call it Bax.
Yeah, so it's Pure Blaze and Dan Hilton in the Aston Martins then.
Points. Considering Dan Hilton scored 38 of them last season, which is more than what he scored in his entire
career up to that point. Yeah.
Up to that point by probably double. So,
at least, yeah.
Yeah.
But he did it last season by following the rules of consistency. Wasn't the quickest by a long shot. As we see,
no, but kept himself in the race though. That was the important thing. Kept himself in the race numerous times. McLaren.
Yes. McLaren, one of their guys is here, Trebler. He is one of their drivers. Was a reserve last season, now has a permanent seat. As does their other driver.
Not Rapid, got turned around. Sorry, I was watching the race at the same time, my bad.
Yeah. So the other driver of theirs is Yolasma.
Or Ari.
Oh, yes, so Ari Yol, as he was formerly known.
Smarto 2.0.
Oh, Smarto 2.0, yeah. So McLaren, I'm thinking solid midfield runners.
Unknown quantity, and it's quite scary.
Over a season, yeah, they are an unknown quantity.
Trevor will probably be on the fringes of the points.
Now we've seen...
And Ari will probably be, for me, a little bit higher than that, from what I've seen from him.
Yes. The problem I've often noticed with him, again, is consistency, isn't it? So we might see a change of leader here. Captain Doc's doing his best to try and keep Sneaky Tom behind with some weaving.
There's going to be some 3-way action, I think, in second. Raceway JJ.
There's going to be some what?
You heard me.
There we go, Sneaky Tom, no DRS though at this point, of course. Safety car has only just come in, but he takes the lead. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see McLaren with a couple of podiums this season. Just going
No.
back to that. If Ari can keep his tyre-saving prowess that he had last season and
He's going to be very.
some of the scrapes, yeah, he's going to be
Yeah,
very,
I
very
think
good.
strategic-wise, he's going to be one of the strongest strategists.
Yeah,
I think in this tier.
I mean, it opens up one stops at tracks like Mexico for him.
Yep.
And a soft medium one stop at Spain, for example. Then they become much more appealing options. Whereas the rest of us poor mortals have to think of either two stops or going to the dreaded hard tyre.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. Treble at the minute running P6 tonight.
Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo.
It's an all TNG affair down at Alfa Romeo.
It is, yes. Slaughter and Escobar. Well, Slaughter unfortunately has retired already from this race, and Escobar unable to make it tonight. Not Rapid, they have asked if he can be their official reserve.
Sounds good to me.
So Not Rapid is the official Alfa Romeo reserve driver, and he's in that seat now, obviously. Slaughter's one of those dark horses, I think, that could steal a march on championships potentially.
Very consistent from the results I'm looking at from what he got from last season.
Yeah.
Like, other than when he dumped, his highest position was 5th and his lowest position was 11th.
Yeah.
So that pretty much sums up where he was. I would probably put that average just up a couple of places because we've lost a few.
We have. We've lost obviously the big names at the front, so the Shanes, the Lukes, the Jack Orkeys, and the Wizard. Bruce as well, yeah. Which then puts Slaughter right at the very front.
It puts him about 5th or 4th.
Yeah,
on that logic.
Yeah. And then of course you've got the fact that he was playing wingman to Shane last season on a number of occasions, which will probably have compromised his races. So honestly, Slaughter could be one of those that could really challenge. It would have to be drivers though. I'm not sure if Escobar's going to be. I mean, he's improved all the time. Every week we see him, he's improved. And if that's continued in the off season, he'll be up there.
Not Rapper and Dan Hilton are getting to know each other relatively early on. Oh, close again. I would say. I would agree that Escobar has got.
We've got a drifting Aston. He's held it though. Those tyres are going to be warm.
Yes. Camping Ducks, not Camping Ducks, sorry, Escobar got 12 points from 9 races last.
Yes.
But most of those were towards the last couple of races, so yeah.
Yeah, and he was running top 5, I think, in the last race at Abu Dhabi.
Yep, and then
for the majority, and then made an error which dropped him out of it. So,
and that's racing.
So he's improved his outright pace now. It's just a case of consistency, which, if history serves, will come over the course of this season, and then season 10 we'll see him at his best.
It's a long way away. Don't remind me.
It is a long, long way away.
It feels a long way away.
So next up then, Haas. Both their drivers are in. So that's Red Mask and David Claassen. Of course, given the current political situation, we apologise for the livery. I would very much have liked, if we were on PC for example, to have edited it so that the Haas cars were yellow and blue. But unfortunately we can't.
We can't do that.
No. If Codemasters is listening, Either take that definitely not Russian livery off, or give us a yellow and blue hat.
Let's not get political here. We
You
can't.
know I
We
like
can't do it.
doing that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Dangerous world we live in.
Well, watch it. If the stream cuts off, it's the Russian drone circling above the house.
Yeah.
So, Haas's chances then. Because we're seeing Red Mask in 10th at the moment, David Klassen in 13th.
Hard to say, really. They've only done 1 or 2 races each.
From that,
we didn't really get a tell of what's going on. So
no, I don't think it's going to be unfair to say that David Klarson's going to be towards the bottom end of the midfield.
No.
And that's
I believe
not to
this
say
is one of his first leagues, so just getting some laps and experience under the belt is probably just a good thing.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah, get the experience up, like we had with Escobar last season. That was his first real foray, and we can see now that he's starting to improve. So hopefully we'll see the same for Klaassen.
It's always been the development tier when it first started EU4.
Yeah. We've got Smithy round at the snail. I think he's kept it out of the wall though.
And we're trying it, David. So Red Mask probably better 1 lap pace. Race pace is needs to be just a touch more consistent.
Yes.
I think his qualifying in the ones that he did was stronger than his race pace. They just need a couple. They just need a quiet couple of races to start off with.
Yeah, get themselves settled and then crack on.
And then you can build one from there.
Yes.
We've got 2 teams left.
We have. And a lap and a bit to do them in. So.
Alpha Tauri, mate.
Alpha Tauri.
We have Intel.
Oh.
We do.
Have you been speaking to Lance Corporal Rowley?
Yes, I have.
He
knows a lot about this pairing. Reflux, obviously, we saw a lot of last year. Cornish Mantis, pretty much brand new. In fact, he is brand new.
He is brand new. This is his first outing, I believe, for Cos Proper.
And I would put these guys comfortably inside the points.
I would say it's between them, Ferrari and Mercedes for the Constructors' title. We saw at the start of this race, both AlphaTauris were up there. Reflux made a mistake on the restart, hitting the back of Camping Docks, which has put him down towards the back, because he had to come in for a wing change. But if you put him 20-25 seconds up the road, that puts him in 3rd, 4th place at the moment.
Picked up 2 podiums in the last 6 races.
Yes.
As well.
Looking very, very strong as a potential title contender, you'd have to say. One of those that stands naturally to inherit the podium points playing positions after the big 5, if you like, have moved on up.
So yeah, we're probably saying comfortably top 5 in the Constructors, and probably be getting or looking to achieve double points finishes nearly every week if they can.
I mean, personally, if I was in that team, or if I was Franz Tost, I would be looking for 3rd or higher in the Constructors, I think, with that pairing.
Okay.
Williams. JRN and Joseph. Not a lot to call with those two. Both seasoned veterans of this tier. As we see Sneaky Tom come across the line to win the first race of the evening. So another one really that should be mid-table, potentially pushing the top end of the field.
How did JRN had a very up and down and weird kind of season, really.
Missed a lot of races towards the end, I think, didn't he? Which is a shame. Of course, he's not here tonight either, which again is a shame. It was a last-minute dropping out, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
But
And at Joseph, kind of the same thing. Some good results in places, same as Jaren, just not being able to put it as a consistent. Just looking, I mean, they both scored points, and it's not like it was like a 10th or a 9th. There's a couple of 8ths in there, a couple of 7ths, 6ths, a couple of 5ths, and but it's all 1/5 point scoring place, and then 4 or 5 races not scoring, and then point scoring again, and yeah,
and they're going to be a team I think we need to look out for. If they can hook it up for a season, they'll be up there. If not, it could be quite a long one if they're unlucky or inconsistent. But we'll wait and see. So you see that Sneaky Tom on the podium with Raceway JJ, and I believe Mika, yeah. It's Ferrari leading the way. That's ominous for the season, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I made my bold prediction.
So Ferrari then 1-2, Red Bull 3rd, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin. That sings very much of real testing day 2, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
How fun. Oh dear, Phil Foden's just missed from 4 yards out for Manchester City. Oh dear. Yeah, I would keep an eye on AlphaTauri in the next race coming up. They are going to be some big challengers, I think, this season, and they're definitely going to be ones that should have better results than that. Because that wing change for Reflux did not help. And, in these 25% races, these quarter distances, things do go badly if you have to make an unscheduled or an extra pit stop. So let's get ready. Timer ticks on down. Let's move on over to race number 2, which will be... It'll take us back to the lobby, which gives me the opportunity to turn the safety car off. There we have it. Singapore is next up. Matt, if you're there, do you want to make sure you're spectating this time? Ah, good you are.
I am, already am.
Good man, you see. Have you been accosted with some sort of...
The rest of my dinner's going cold.
Ah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Commitment to the cause, this is. I will just mute my mic for a second so you don't have to hear me.
No worries. Well, it's one-shot qualifying next anyway.
Oh, lovely.
So I shall... Singapore is a much more technical circuit than China, so we should get some very, very...
I can't wait for you to sound that bloke in that video that tagged you in.
Like I'm doing the final furlong at the National.
Yes. That's the one.
That's the one. So as we wait then for the drivers to get themselves ready to go. timer ticks on down. It will continue to tick down until they all say that they're ready, by the way. Anybody who is watching, let's get your predictions in then. You've heard all the teams now. Let's see what you all think. Never mind. Get your predictions in and I'll check them afterwards. We were on board with the Haas last time. Let's go for the McLaren then of Trebler. Heading into turn 1. It's a complex of corners 1, 2 and 3. Not Rapid and Sneaky Tom at the head of the field from Varda then. Cornish Mantis in 4th. Sneaky Tom now moving up towards the front. Trebler, the man we're on board with, head through turn 5. Oh, clips the wall there. That's going to be some damage. And that's going to compromise his lap down to P8. Varda has taken the lead then. Sneaky Tom now in 2nd place. Rapid, JJ, Maker all battling for position. Reflux has retired, as has not Rapid. Varda's dropped right down the order, back down to P12. Sneaky Tom, Mantis and Raceway JJ then competing for that pole position. We've got Maker, Slaughter and Sleeves behind. Then Red Mask down Hilton, Trebler, Smithy, Clarkson, Varda and Phantom. Another wall hit for Trebler then as they head across the Anderson Bridge. Goes very deep. And he's trapped there. So David Clarkson then, who's next up for us, back with the Haas. Sneaky Tom overtaken by Cornish Mantis because Sneaky Tom, I think, has made a mistake somewhere. Drops down to P11. Raceway JJ in 2nd place from the Mantis. He's challenging now for the lead. Takes it back 1st place. Maker in 3rd. Now into 2nd. This is all going to come down to crossing the line first. Who's it going to be? It's Raceway JJ from Cornish Mantis as Maker made a mistake in the final corner. Ends up being disqualified. Sneaky Tom and Phantom as well. So for the final pre-season race of EU4, we've got a Ferrari on pole position. That's Raceway JJ this time. Was at the back of the pack in China, so let's see if he can lead from the front this time. Soft tyres for him, of course. Cornish Mantis in 2nd place and Sleeves in 3rd. Red Mask in 4th in the Haas, but crucially for him on the medium tyres. Singapore, of course, notorious for overheating the front tyres, particularly the front left, on the softer compounds. Okay, let's get ready to go racing then.
Let's get ready, let's get
There's
ready.
a very interesting conversation going on in the stream chat, Matt, if you've not noticed.
Oh,
It's thrilling, I find.
I would say in between.
I'm a fan of the in-between of in that scenario.
Yes. What a conversation topic it is.
I know.
Who would thought we would be discussing that on a Monday night?
Yeah. Racing's good to go. Tyre choices. Let's have a look, people. Top 10, of course, tyres they qualified on, including those that were disqualified. They will not get free choice, as far as I'm aware. So that's soft tyres for everybody in the top 10, except for Red Mask, Clarkson, and Sneaky Tom.
I think that's the only acceptable way of eating it on a roast mode. Had a roast dinner on a Saturday.
I mean, I'm with you, to be honest, Spud. You've got to have some that clings, haven't you? Otherwise, it's just flavoured water. You know, it's got to have some body to it. think a good rule to follow with that is, would it work well in a pie? If it wouldn't go in a pie, then it shouldn't go on a plate. Outside the top 10, of course, free choice of tyres. We've got Phantom on the soft tyre, then Trebler, Reflux, Not Rapid, and Varda on the mediums. See, Spod, you call me posh.
Well, he used the word bougie. I didn't
No.
think that'd be a word I hear from him. Like that's.
No, well, yeah. It's just Spod though, isn't it? So, JJ then leading the pack around. The game retakes control.
Did you turn off safety cars?
I did, yes.
Yes.
Alright, definitely around here. So it will
Don't wanna
be.
get any practice
No.
for like an hour of commentary. No.
No. No. 15 laps then. It's dry weather, so it shouldn't take more than 40 minutes, you'd think. Slaughter with a jump start this time. Raceway JJ will lead though into turn 1. Look at Sleeves around the outside. That's going to be a corner cut though, surely there to take that position. And he's giving it back to Cornish Mantis.
And the McLaren went deep. Yeah, that was 4 going into turn 1 there. That was if we think about it, that's never going to happen.
No, we've got Red Mask down at the back there as well. He's made an error.
Struggling with these tyres.
Yeah, and Sleeves as well. Sleeves struggling with rear traction there. I don't know if he's either overheated them or if he's trying to keep them cool and maybe they're too cold. Well, I doubt that round here, if I'm honest.
Being too cold.
Lead 2, as you will.
Sleeves.
Sleeves has gone
Sleeves
over the Anderson Bridge. He was struggling with traction. I'm really sure what was going on. Phantom up 8 places, by the way. Great start for the Alpine man. Either he's a fan of Singapore or he's found a way through when everyone else was squabbling.
Oh, Smithy, that's a long way back.
Yeah, Blaze, I'm going to go with not with Spod, controversially, on that question. I'm going to go with it's either going to be a Fruitful, a Thomas, or a Dan Hilton. Gotta be. Fruitful, the People's Champion. Thomas. Thomas just first. Away you go! Lights out, away we go!
You'll get to hear Thomas's lovely voice tomorrow night.
Yes. And then Dan Hilton, just because Dan Hilton. Hilly's probably up there as well, actually. Hilly is a very popular man.
Got the 2 Thomases for me.
Mm.
Sorry, Dan Hill.
Right. Hey, look, you're in there now.
I just remember the first time I got a podium.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened, apparently. And Shannon's just hit the wall.
Yeah. Got a bit late on the brakes. Sneaky Tom, though, is closing in behind this group. I think it's fair to say that a track like Singapore, we've seen now the difference between the real contenders and guys that are there with the rest of the pack.
I was going to line up Smithy. Oh, look at that Alpines. Whatever Selby's got is a bullet in a straight line.
Hmm. Got a couple of guys missing, Spud, that's what I'm thinking.
Who is missing? Who is?
What, that would challenge the Ferraris?
So Steve isn't here. Tivo possibly not here. He'll throw himself in the mix.
Yeah, Steve is the big one.
Camping Ducks isn't here for this second race. Don't know. It's gonna be very hard to look past them. 100%.
That's something I can ask you. Hypothetically, you know, there's always these things of, would you rather be leading or would you be rather hunting them down? Oh, Varda's gone.
Ooh, Trevor's got wing damage as well, and that's on the mediums.
I think he started on them now. I'll check actually. Oh no, he didn't. He stopped already. That's going to be him coming in again.
That's perhaps the greatest pit lane entry I've ever seen.
Please
back to
tell
your
me.
question.
Yeah. Go on. No, tell me about his pit entry. I want to know about the pit entry.
So, you know how it's quite abrupt on the inside? Well, he's missed the pit entry to start off with. He's gone around the last corner. He's then cut across into the pit lane and has ended up on the left-hand side of the pit entry.
Nice.
As he enters the pits.
You'll love to see it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yes, but I agree. Maybe Blades as well, actually. Could challenge the two Ferraris.
I'm going to go with... Oh, from experience, probably hunting someone down is probably better. Being hunted is not a nice feeling when you know you can't do anything about it as well.
See, I think it depends on the context.
I think you can risk more, whereas if you're leading, knowing you've got so much you could lose, where you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, maybe. I think I'd rather lead, to be honest. Because then it's, as long as you do what you normally do, you'd be fine. It's up to them to then beat you.
As I said, from personal experience, when you know you can't do nothing about it. And you know the chasing pack is getting closer and closer and closer. And
yeah. Crystal Palace should have had a chance to win it there, 90+4, but they messed up the pass.
Diamonds are made under pressure, Spud.
Pressure turns dirt into diamonds, and diamonds into dust.
Oh, Spud just given a time out by the Nightbot.
Did you, Spud? Did you type in capitals? Did you type in capitals?
It's just deleted his message about diamonds being made. Pressure makes diamonds. That's amazing.
So So Sneaky Tom then now hunting down the Cornish Mantis for
Who's
second place.
relatively keeping tabs at Raceway JJ.
He is. Those two will box now, unleashing Sneaky Tom. Oh, 5-second penalty for the Mantis. 0-0 by the way.
Dan Hilton's in. Smithy's in. Everybody's in. Apart from Mika. Mika carries on.
Let's have a look at Aston Martin crew go to work. Stop, doesn't get held up by anybody.
Oh, Smithy gets held bad with the stack.
Oh, yeah.
Which isn't ideal. I'm waiting to see. Oh, Phantom's done it what I thought he would. He's not the only person that's ever done that.
Planted the
And
pit wall.
And he's got front wing damage, yeah. He's caught the inside with the rear tyre. And now that's going to be a long journey back.
Yeah. Did Maker continue? Or did he stop? Or has he stopped?
No,
he's not
timed
stopped
out
yet.
ex-spud head for 600 seconds.
Have fun for 10 minutes, Spot. See, Nightbot rules
it's the
all.
emotes.
Yeah.
Doesn't like the emotes.
Nightbot rules all. So we've got,
spread out.
yeah, we've got Maker yet to stop. Sneaky Tom, of course, yet to stop. How far do you reckon Sneaky Tom's going to go?
I don't know, but Reflux is on the hards. I've only just seen that, and he's closing in. So I don't know if the hards are going to be a better tyre.
He stopped very
towards
early
the
on.
end here or not. Yeah.
So I wonder if he made a conscious choice to go for the early stop onto the house and then give himself clean air.
So if we're expecting Phantom to come in, he does. Ooh,
Yeah,
just about keeps it.
Can forgive him that one with the damage he's got. And that, to be fair, there being no real chance of him closing back up again.
Mika's got himself come out and stuck behind Mr. Hilton.
Yeah.
4th place this is.
DRS up and on the red ball. Is he going to be close enough? Not quite.
Oh. Yeah, nearly. Is the answer to the question.
See, this is a side of Dan Hilton we've not been able to see before because he's not had the composure, I think is the word I'd use for the defensive masterclass that we've seen from other drivers. The ones I'm thinking of are Claudio in Australia, for example.
I mean, we saw JJ do it to the
Yes.
Red Bulls in Abu Dhabi.
Was it Abu Dhabi or was it Saudi?
It was Abu Dhabi. Because we had and Saudi because we had the he renamed himself. Well, mostly in Saudi, but he renamed himself the Cos Perez.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I remember now. Yes. But of course, Singapore's not an easy track to overtake at the best of times. But Dan Hilton putting his car in all the right positions.
I would expect Mika to probably make a move, possibly into turn 1, but he's not got much ERS left.
No, I would probably go. I mean, regardless of his ERS level, I would have gone for turn 6.
Take a wider line. Whoa!
Tried it. Smithy retires in the pit lane.
Oh, this Aston Martins have put it in a straight line. Look at it go.
I don't know. I have a feeling though that all happened up at turn 5.
Oh, that was silly.
A dive bomb there. 4 places.
I've made that mistake of trying to go down the inside of someone, and it usually doesn't end particularly very well.
No, Blaze, don't be lonely. Spot will be back soon.
He'll be back in time for the end of the race, hopefully.
Yes. Here we go. And Maker's down the inside. Will he have the traction though to keep that position? I think he might.
He won't.
He'll have the inside line though. Yeah, that's there he goes.
It was enjoyable to watch.
It was. Ooh, wall clip there for the Aston. That could very much
clipped it on the way out of the Anderson Bridge. That's why you got that 3 seconds as well.
So right now, Sneaky Tom's still got to make his stop. And this man is our de facto leader. And I'll be very interested to see where Sneaky Tom comes out, because it could be between JJ and the Cornish Mantis at the minute.
Oh, Reflux has made a mistake. He was closing in and now he's 6 seconds back now.
Yeah, he went deep at turn 3, was it?
Speaking of running it deep, David Carson's off under the tunnel. Let's see, will we get Sneaky Tom in this time? It'll be for a set of soft tyres, so he will be absolutely rapid. He is coming in.
Yes. And let's see where he filters out of the pits then.
Trebles off at turn 1 again. It'll be the curb on the outside. I think that's causing a few of these guys some problems.
Here comes Raceway JJ. And there is the Cornish Mantis. So they both go through. Of course, this red mask just ahead of them.
That's interesting. Ignoring that Cornish Mantis has a 5-second time penalty, that's gonna be. I don't think it's going to be very hard for him to beat JJ here.
No, I don't either. Sneaky Tom, I think, has done did all the hard work in that early stint, didn't he?
So it could be interesting.
He just gets to enjoy those soft tyres. And
it'd be sector 3. I'm expecting that gap to come down by probably 1.2 or 3 seconds, really.
Yeah.
If I'm being nice.
Because
of the grip.
Yeah. You can see it's already come down half a second over the Anderson Bridge.
Shall we tell these lovely people the race calendar?
Yeah, go on then.
Where we are.
So, round 1 will be in Bahrain. And that's next week, so the 21st to the 24th of March. Moving on then to... When we try to keep it in a sort of geographical, sort of flowing order.
Manner.
Yeah. So then we'll head across the Black and Caspian Seas to Azerbaijan, to Baku for the second race, then to Monza for round 3 and Imola for round 4. Jumping across the Mediterranean then for Portugal and Portimao for round 5. And then sticking in the same time zone, heading back up for Silverstone and round 6. Back across the channel into mainland Europe for Austria at round 7. That's the week of the 2nd and the 5th of May. And we'll have a week-long break in the middle of the season, just to give us a chance to catch our breath. Maybe put in a race if we've had to miss one as a rerun in there. For we're back for round 9 on the 16th to the 19th of May for Belgium at Spa. Heading further east then for Hungary. And then a change to the original calendar, which you may or may not have seen. France coming in at round 11. That is replacing what would have originally been the Russian Grand Prix, which makes more geographical sense. Then we head as far east as pretty much as we go on the F1 calendar, I think maybe with the exception of Melbourne, to Suzuka for round 12. Then we're heading, well, technically we're heading west then, but you can keep going around to Brazil for round 13. Then we head north up the Americas, Mexico with the penultimate round, and we finish at COTA
once again,
27th to the 30th of June, and there is a very good reason for that. Because originally we would have gone COTA, Mexico, and finished in Brazil.
yes.
But given that the week after the final round is the 4th of July, and that day the Americans like to celebrate a lot, you know, with fireworks and barbecues and shooting things. We thought it might be nice for them to celebrate their own Grand Prix and potentially some title victories there as well. So we'll sling COTA in at round 15, the final week in June, and that will be the end of season 9. And depending on when the new game comes out, might be the end of COS on this particular game. And then we'll be heading on to F1 2022 for season 10, which
have you told the ladies and gentlemen some of the other exciting news that could be happening?
Exciting news
that we're
well,
working on?
Yes, there's there's a number of things, isn't there?
With a certain game that has come out recently.
Yes, so Contest of Speed, we are looking to move on to 2 new titles. Well, 1 new title and 1 pre-existing title that is new to us. The smaller of the 2, if you can call it smaller, is Assetto Corsa. That is in the works. Not sure how far along guys are with that, but that's Menno and Dragon doing that. It will be on PC first, and if it goes well, we'll be moving it over to PS4 and 5. But I think the big one, and the one you're definitely alluding to, is,
yes, that one.
Yes, is the GT3, GT4, and Endurance Championships. We're looking
the GT3 AM class.
Yes, we're looking to set up on Gran Turismo 7. Game is now out. It's looking good. Spectator-wise, we still need to do a little bit of research into that, but all should be good. So we'll bring you a nice show. But if you are interested and you're watching this stream and you're not already in COS, please feel free to join our Discord, which you can find a link for on the website. So that's no, it's not. It's f1.contestofspeed.com. I'm thinking of the old one. Ignore me. f1.contestofspeed.com. You can find the link for the Discord there. Head on in and let us know that you want to join a link for GT7.
Or you can join it through the link that Blaze has just done on the in the Twitch.
Oh, look
well
at
done,
that
man!
What a hero! Yes, you can do
Speaking
that.
of, look at that red mask is
yes,
absolutely capitulated.
Yes.
And the last corner.
Be very red under that helmet, won't he? Oh dear.
So conclusions,
well,
Mr. Daniel, from what we have seen tonight.
Ferrari are definitely the favourites, barring
the team to beat.
Yes, they are the team to beat, barring some quality performers that may present themselves as the season progresses. Which one of the two Ferraris is going to end up winning, I don't know.
No,
Because
Sneaky Tom's
we
not
would have
caught up actually, which is
no, but he has
surprising.
cleared Cornish Mantis, which I think will be his primary concern.
Speaking of, I think the AlphaTauris are looking relatively okay.
Yeah,
I think
think
from what I've seen in qualifying as well, both
yeah.
in the top 6, and Alfa Romeo
Yes.
with the team of drivers they've got down there.
Yeah, they should do themselves no harm at all. I think Mercedes will do well, assuming that Steve is able to race as much as he wants to this season. Varda is going to be one of those that's very much underrated, and I think we might see some interesting performances from Red Bull.
And Aston Martin.
Yes, and Aston. If Blades can keep up his consistency in performance,
We've seen
definitely.
Dan Hilton throw himself about tonight as well.
Looking like a man revitalised this season. So, of course, no interviews tonight, with it only being pre-season. We won't keep you all from your wonderful evenings. But while we watch Raceway JJ head around for the final time, I'd like to mention that the fantastic partners we have at Contest of Speed. We've got 4 of them now on the F1 side. So that's Fanatec, of course. They are the big supporter that we have, and we are very grateful for them. But digitalmotorsport.com, at NordVPN, and SimLabs as well, of course. Make sure you head over and check out some of the amazing offers and deals that those guys will have for you. Also tune in at, well, what will it be? Just under 4 hours time, about 3 hours 50.
Oh, yes.
3 hours 45 for the first ever showing of AM3.
Yeah, that's right. You heard it.
AM3, people. The Americas tier has expanded, as we see Sneaky Tom just make it in ahead of the Cornish Mantis there across the line. So AM3 will be tonight at 2 AM UK time, that's 9 PM Eastern. If you can't stay up that late, this of course will be back on our YouTube channel probably at the weekend. So the youtube.com/Contest of Speed. Of course, we've got all the European tiers racing this week as well for their pre-season events, and all of the AM guys on their usual days. So that's EU3, 2 and 1 on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, 9 PM, and then AM 2 and 1 Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
Exciting times ahead, mate.
Very much so. Last man to cross the line, and it is going to be Trebler. And Dan Hilton still to finish as well. And then pre-season for EU4 will be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's given us some idea, but other than that, I have no idea who's going to be following.
No, and it's going to be fantastic.
No. They're going to keep us on our toes all season, like they did last season and the season before.
Let's hope that this season 9 is going to be the best season so far. It seems to keep happening, doesn't it? We seem to keep getting better and better seasons on track as we go. At some point there's going to be one that doesn't eclipse the one that came before, but we'll see. Time will tell whether this will be that first one or not.
Well, we should be able to tell you at some point.
Mm.
And that point will be at the end of June, really.
Yeah. So Ferrari then looking ominously quick at the start of the season. That pairing of Sneaky Tom and Raceway JJ definitely favourites, you'd have to say, going into the season. keep an eye out for Red Bull, AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo and Mercedes when we get racing properly next time out. So we look forward to seeing you then. It'll be round 1 from Bahrain this time next week, so 9 PM in the UK, it's 10 PM European, and I want to say 4 PM Eastern.
Yes.
I want to say might be 5. When do the clocks change? There'll be something about the clocks changing.
Then end of this month, so it could be interesting. But at the moment, it's going to be 4. It'll be 4 PM Eastern.
Excellent. Right. So yes, 4 PM Eastern. We'll see you then, everybody. See there, Sneaky Tom and Raceway JJ tied for the victory in the sort of mini season we've got. We might. I wonder if we'll get a Hamilton-Rosberg scenario between those two.
Ooh.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Exciting.
Well, it'd be good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Be
necessarily
very good
for
for
them.
us.
Right. So we'll see you all next week then, everybody, for round 1. Make sure you're there at 9 PM for Bahrain.